let's okay, sure. Fair enough. This is somewhat surprising. This type of cultural signifier should always be considered in the context of the fact that, of course, the Republican Party is still an anti-LGBTQ party. It's overtly opposed to transgender rights. It's maybe sort of been less rhetorical on marriage equality, but things like the Baker case definitely have implications for the advancements of gay and lesbian civil rights. And Orrin Hatch is a conductor of the Trump agenda. He's an arch right-wing person who's done harm to every facet of American society and actually just, I believe, achieved a longstanding goal to help wreck more of Utah's really unparalleled physical beauty. So he's a terrible person, and he should be remembered poorly, but good for him for this, for basically trying to inject some basic humanity about LGBTQ discussions on the floor of the Senate, LGBT discussions, I should say, on the floor of the Senate. And, if anything, if there was ever a place where that message needed to be heard, it would be obviously in Republican circles. This is Orrin Hatch.
The suicide epidemic has touched all sectors of our society, but the problem is particularly acute among LGBT youth who experience bullying and discrimination at every turn. In the most devastating cases, these teenagers even face estrangement from their own families. That's why today, in honor of Pride Month, I wish to devote a significant portion of my remarks to them, my young friends in the LGBT community. Mr. President, the prevalence of suicide, especially among LGBT teens, is a serious problem that requires national attention. No one should ever feel less because of their gender identity or sexual orientation. LGBT youth deserve our unwavering love and support. They deserve our validation and the assurance that not only is there a place for them in this society, but that it is far better off because of them. These young people need us, and we desperately need them. We need their light to illuminate the richness and diversity of God's creations. We need the grace, beauty, and brilliance they bring to the world.
I mean, cool. That's beautiful. I will say, I guess in the spirit of the fairness of this clip, I believe Orrin Hatch, maybe even the 80s, but quite some time ago, publicly hugged somebody with HIV/AIDS at a time when it was like, the bigotry and the hysteria was like, it was literally, it was publicly perceived that like you could get the virus from shaking somebody's hand or something. And there was obviously a lot of, human suffering compounding that already catastrophic situation. So, I don't know. I guess here's the area where there's a streak of humanity from Orrin Hatch. So good for him. I don't think you'll be seeing this replicated in any incoming members of the Republican caucus,
or in the views of their judicial selections,
Exactly. I mean, that really. I mean, look, it matters. Symbology matters, and it's really great that someone like that would make that statement. So let's not, downgrade that. But at the same time,
it probably made specific people's lives better who have parents who are Republicans, right?
I think that's really it. That's a signal to like, you might be,
Let your kid have Thanksgiving with you.
So good for him. That was important.